Hello, I'm Lee and I make mixed media and junk journal videos that I hope will inspire you to get creative too. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you always know when I put up a new video. Hello, it's Lee here and welcome back to my channel. About my channel, have you noticed anything different? Well, I decided that I would change the name of it. Yeah, so when I first started my channel, it was all about art. Painting and that type of thing, and now I've moved off into a different direction and I thought it was time to change the channel name. So rather than a channel name that suggests it's all about art, I've chosen one that suggests it's all about creating, and that's exactly what I do. So it doesn't matter whether I'm creating art, creating junk journals, mixed media or collages, the name fits all. So I hope you weren't too confused when you saw the notification about this video and wondering who is this channel. So it's still me, it's just the channel name's changed. Without any further ado, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing today. So it's Margarete Miller time again. So we're up to week 11 and somewhere on my desk I have the prompts, but I can't find them. How strange is that? So that's something that hasn't changed at all. But anyway, the prompts are a cold-blooded animal, something you see or do while you're on vacation, a bit of yellow, a map, sheet music, and the bonus is a star. And I definitely won't be using the bonus. So I've got a few things here. There's my cold-blooded animal, which is a gorgeous frill-neck lizard. So that's native to Australia. So I cut that out of one of my animal books. So here's my cold-blooded animal. Got my bit of music, got a couple of maps here, not sure which one I'm going to use, and something that you do while you're on holidays. Well, you might jump in your ultra modern car and go for a drive to the beach. So some family is out for a jaunty drive along the coastal road. Okay, and something yellow. I haven't actually picked anything for that yet, but I've got yellow things all around me. I've got a sunflower, I've got a butterfly with a bit of yellow on it, I've got a toucan with a yellow beak, and I've got some whatever flowers they are, don't know. Yeah, no idea. Hollyhocks maybe? I don't know. And yellow flowers. Okay. So I'm going to cut my pieces apart and organise something on this page. I do actually prefer, I like the map of Australia, but I like this as well because it's not shiny. So I'm not sure what I'm going to use. I don't know how glary that is. It's such a hot day here today. The sun is just pouring into this room and I've actually had to pull my desk away from the window because it was so hot. I couldn't bear it. Got the air conditioner on. It's only not even 9:30 in the morning and I think it's already over 30 degrees. So. And the humidity's so high. It's in the 90s, 94 or something. Anyway, enough whinging about that. I'm going to start deciding what I'm going to do and I'll come back and I'll show you what idea I have in mind. Alrighty, this is what I'm going to do. So my piece of yellow, bit of yellow, even though the lizard's got yellow in it, I'm going to use this dried dandelion flower. It's not very yellow because it's been dried out, so I'm using a distress crayon in the colour Wild Honey to darken that up and make it look a bit more yellow. That's working quite well, so you can see the difference. That's nice and yellow, and this is pretty much going to be my composition. So I'm going to quickly just tack all these things together, and then I want to do a little bit of stenciling on the background, not too much. I don't want this video to be too long, this part of it anyway, because I'm combining it with Roxy's weekly challenge. So this is part 1 and that's going to be part 2. So I'm just going to tack these together so I remember where everything goes, because I'm notorious at forgetting where I had my things situated. If I do this, then I can't go wrong, can I? I'm hoping I can't. And you might have noticed a slip there because I was going to put the lizard there, but I changed my mind about where it was going. So I've put it in here. So that'd be a nice surprise, wouldn't it? Go to the beach, go drive to the beach, and then you see a monster in the water. These are actually lovely lizards. When I lived in the northern parts of Queensland and in the Northern Territory, I used to see them a lot. So they don't really hang around in the, you know, like in the suburbia too much. So this around here is like, that's what they put out when they're scared or trying to defend themselves. They'll open their mouth and hiss like that, and then that comes up. That's why they're called a frill-neck lizard. But when he's calm, that all just lays back. And yeah, and they grow to maybe, I don't know, 18 inches to 2 feet long. Probably be the biggest one that I've ever seen was about 2 foot long. But yeah, they won't chase you, they won't hurt you. If you picked one up, they'd probably bite you. But they don't have teeth. Well, I don't think they do. You know, they're one of those ones that will give you like a blood blister if they bite you. Now, I just want a little bit of stenciling. I should have picked this out before I started. Maybe a brush would be a good thing to apply that with. And in sticking with yellow, I will get the Wild Honey ink because it matches that crayon. So I'm just going to ink around in a few places. I only want it to be quite subtle. Oh boy, that's yellow. It's pretty though. If you heard a big splash then, it's my dog. Just jumped into the swimming pool. My husband's had taken her for a walk, so she must be really hot if she's jumped in the pool when they come back. Isn't that pretty? I love it there. But I think it looks that colour because there might have been something else on this brush. So I've only got 2 of these brushes. One's a brown for brown stuff and the other one's for yellows. I hope you can see that, it looks gorgeous. Now, my book, this book isn't the greatest, and my page from last week actually fell out. It tore all along on the outside here, so I couldn't really, I didn't know how to mend it, so I just taped 2 pages together. So I thought with this one, and I think the reason was the paper got too wet and probably a bit of moisture got up in there, so the page actually pulled out. So I've put a row of masking tape along here, and in the hope that it will just stop any moisture from coming through to the end. I'm just laughing at my husband. He was standing outside the window. I don't know why he didn't get in the pool with the dog. Yes, we've got the air conditioner pumping. I'm not waiting till the house gets so hot it's unbearable. So I thought, oh, I'll get it on straight away. Just a little bit of, what is it? Walnut stain around the edge. Okay, so now all I have to do is to put my collage in there. Like so. And maybe some splattering perhaps. and glue on my flower, my dandelion. There, just gotta use the glue book so that I can glue it properly instead of being timid about where I'm putting the glue. So how is everybody? I hope you're well. You guys on the other side of the world will be coming into your spring, I suppose. Well, it would be spring, wouldn't it? Because we're already in autumn here. Not that you'd know it. It's hotter now than it has been at any other point in summer. We had a cool start to summer. We had a really long winter. I didn't think it was ever going to end. I think that this movement here doesn't help this book. So I reckon by the time I finish, get through the challenge, that these pages are going to have to be put into something else. So I'm just going to glue down a beautiful dandelion. There's a house where I go on my walks. They don't mow the outside like their verge. It's overgrown with clover and dandelions, and I actually think it looks lovely. It looks like a field of flowers. It is rather untidy, and it gets so bad that the council actually comes along and tidies it up. The bits that are outside the actual property. Alright, what else can I put in there? I've got my crayons here. I might just go around with my wild honey, do just a little bit more in places. And this bit of map that I've got is showing West Australia, which is our westernmost state, and it's also the largest state in Australia. And it's about as far away from where I live as you can get. How's that looking now? That's not too bad. Do I want to put some splatters on there now? I think I will. I'm just going to write the date on here. So I'm running late this week, so I would normally have done this yesterday. So it's the 11th today, 23. And put my white, a little bit of my sloppy gesso here. Oh, good one. Put a blob right on one of the people. I always forget to put the cover over anything that's here. Try and protect anything and I forget. Okay, that'll do. So that was pretty quick, wasn't it? Alrighty, so I have got a cold-blooded animal, something you do when you're on holidays, or something you do or see. So I've got people on a drive looking at the beach, got music sheet, got a map, and I've got a bit of yellow, got my stenciling with the wild honey, got my dandelion, and also a bit of crayon. And I think that's it for that one. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. And I'll get on with Roxy's weekly challenge now. And now I'm going to do Roxy's weekly challenge. This week Rachel made these little foldery things. They're actually writing paper for inside a journal. That one. Ignore the butterfly. I didn't like it on the outside, so I stuck it on the inside. So basically you're just folding a piece of paper in half, folding up a pocket on the bottom, doing whatever you like to distress it, and then putting a band around to hold that bit up. And it's a trick to getting a happy medium with the band. You don't want it too tight and you don't want it too loose. So too loose and it won't hold anything, too tight and you can't get it back on again. So a piece of writing paper can pop in there, a journaling card maybe in there with it, and then another journaling card. Well, that could go under there, couldn't it? So that's what they look like. So I made a couple and I've varied mine a little bit. This one is a short one and it's got a journaling card and a little notepad inside it. And this one I tied, well, I made it narrower and smaller, and it's got one of the long tags that we made a couple of weeks ago, and a bit of writing paper, and then on the actual band that goes around it, this just comes off and there's a bit of pink lace around the band. So that was just something a little bit different to make them look a little bit on the fancy side. I don't have the beautiful papers that Rachel has, so I'm just using coffee dyed paper. So I have got some A3 paper. This one's had a bit torn off by the look of it, but that's alright. So I'm just going to fold it in half. So we'll get 2 out of this. And these are so easy to make, very, very easy. I've got another bit there. You just choose whatever side you want to be the outside. Go for the darker one because the inside will be the writing spot. So fold it in half down the middle again, and then fold up to make that pocket. So that's held in place by the little band that goes around. So you can either use, well, you can use anything really, whatever you want to use. So I've picked a couple of neutral scrapbook papers, and I think I might use this again on here. So it's just a matter of wrapping it around. So I don't need all that extra, I'm just going to trim that off. I quite actually like the join to be on the front, but that's a matter of your own personal taste. I've done them a couple of ways. As I said, you want it tight enough to hold, but not so tight that you can't get it back in, anything back in there, or get it back on. So I'm just going to glue that together. Now I want to make it look a little bit rough it up a little bit, so I'm just going to fold and manipulate the edge of the paper a little bit just to give it a slightly tattered look and to make it look old. So what you've got now is you can have that as a pocket, and you can stick things in there, and then you can stick things under this band. So I want to put something on the band to make it look a bit nicer. And I'm thinking, what have I got? I've got some birds, I've got some mushrooms. I think I'll put that inside it just for the heck of it. Ruler. So I even that off a little bit. So that can go in there. Mushroom. Can always tear the bottom of it off. Stick that on below the band. So I'm not timing this today, I'm just going to make a couple. Looks quite nice there. I want something to go on here. What have I got? No. Another butterfly. Don't mind that on there. Not totally in love with it. I like a bird. I think that bird. Get rid of that bit of branch. Just going to trim some of the white off it. And I'm going to ink. It doesn't want to go away, that piece of paper. Just going to ink the edge. So you can be on the branch. That's alright. I don't mind him. Maybe I can put it there and then tear the tail off. Yep, I'll do that. And I think because how thick it is, I definitely need to use the art glitter glue. So I could either tear off the tail or leave it on there. I think I'll just leave it on for the time being, and if it becomes a problem I'll rip it off. Okay, so now I want a piece of writing paper to go in there. Got a bit of avocado dyed paper here. And I'm just going to pop that in there. Fold it. And then I've got the tags that we made in one of the other mass makes of Roxy's weekly challenge. So pick one. I quite like that one, so I'm going to pop that in behind there. And that's pretty much done. Yeah, I mean, you can embellish them more if you like. I did ink the other ones, and I'm not going to ink that one. So I'm just going to put that aside and quickly make another one. I've got my other piece of paper here. Fold it in half. Very quick and easy. And fold it. Going to make this tall pocket this time. That. And we need the band. Let me see. I've got this coffee dyed paper. Oh, that will go. That one might go around. Let me just check. Yep, that'll work. I'll just tear a bit of that off. Go this end. I like this end better. I'm going to ink the edge of this. Don't worry about that torn edge at the end, it's fine. I'm going to close this one at the back. Just a little bit of art glitter glue. Hold it down. I think I like that pinky butterfly on there. But I'm going to tear his antennas off, they're annoying. Ink around the butterfly a little bit. Got this lady. She looks a bit strange. I cut her out of something. Not sure what she's doing. Maybe she can go in here somewhere. No, a bit weird. Okay, gonna glue the butterfly on. Use some art glitter glue. And these ones I'm going to rough up the corner a little bit. I think I might ink this one. Take the band off. Now, this is what I was talking about, making sure that you leave enough room to get your stuff back over inside the band, but you don't want it so big that it slips off. So that one's pretty good actually. Happy with that one. Now, piece of writing journaling paper to go inside. So I'm going to put that in the back there. What else can I put in there? Another journaling card perhaps. Let's see what I've got here. I like that one. It's a bit big to go in there, but might be okay there. Put that in there, and I'm going to put that in there. It's a bit tall, so I'm going to chop it down a little bit. Hopefully it's straight. Put it in that way so you can't see it if it isn't. That's in there. And then something in the outside. It's a bit wide. Actually, I might put a sticker on this one. Got that one. It's not actually a sticker, it's just a little ticket. It's a bit big. Something smaller. Oh, what about this one? Quite like that because it's got some pinks in it. It's not bad. Okay, which one? I think I like the darker one. That's just that's not a sticker, so to glue it on. Pop it on there. Now, where's my little strips of stamps? There we go. So I'm going to tear off one of these, actually two of them. And I'm going to put a bit of that somewhere in there. Ink it up a little bit. Move that up higher, and I'm going to put that along the bottom, I think. Now I've got some of this here. A piece of that might look nice on there. A little strip. Yep. I'm using the art glitter glue because it was the first thing I got my hands on. Like that, and then I want one of those little circles off here. there's another one done. When Rachel did hers, she put antique book pages and all sorts of things inside them. Yeah, I don't have anything like that. I have ordered some papers, but at the price of them is I would never put them in the originals into anything like this. They're just too expensive. I had a bit of antique paper here. I scanned it, so I will put a little piece of this in. But this isn't the original, of course. Yes, it'd be nice if we had access to all the lovely old stuff that people who live in Europe and such places can quite easily get your hands on. You don't seem to be able to get that here. Not where I live anyway. Maybe if I really tried hard and looked, went into Brisbane or something and went around the antique shops, I might find something, but yeah, it's pretty hard to get your hands on it. Alrighty, that'll do. So that's 2 made. There's that one and that one. And these are the ones that I made before. Actually, on this one I might stick another one of those art tiles that I made. So that's what that is, this one here. And I've got a video where I show how I make those if you're interested in looking. I'll put a link to it in the description box. It's a bit big. This one's a bit smaller. Looks a bit odd. I should have put it on before. I'll put that one on. So I've got some really nice ones. That's smaller, same size. Okay. Definitely need art glitter glue for this one. Just a big piece of, not a big piece, but a thick piece of cardboard. I think I've got too much glue there. I'm just actually put it around the wrong way. That's the way it goes. But I better take that off so it doesn't stick in case the glue is overlapping too far. I'll just wait for that to dry. Okay, so let me know what you think in the comments about what I've made today, and also let me know what you think about the change in my channel name. And I mean, I'm not changing it back, but I'd still like to know what you think of it. I think Lee Creates is a more generic name for the channel, and I could be creating anything really, couldn't I? So I'm hoping that people will think Lee Creates what and come back and have a look. Alrighty, so there's that one there. Okay, I'll leave it at that for now. So there's the ones that I've made. Put them all in. Yeah. I actually like this one. No, I like this one too. I mean, I like them all, but I think they're my favourites, and then that's my third favourite, and this still needs something on it there, I think. But I'm not going to worry about putting it on at the moment. And, oh, here's another one I started to make, and then I didn't like the paper. I mean, it's okay. But someone might like it. Alrighty, don't forget to leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up, share the video with your friends and family, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and turn on the notification bell, and that way when I put up a new video you get notified. And I'll see you next time. So I'll say cheers from Australia. Hooroo.